I hope you're going to edit this drastically.
Yes, he was wearing a suit earlier. It actually looked really good.
4 more years ago.
Seconds and thirds in the back row. First and seconds.
It's been a great season. It was front end loaded. We had a lot of double performances on the front end of the season, which makes us tired, but it also improves what we do a great deal. We get better quicker when we do a lot of shows early. And so that's how we designed the season, knowing that some shows that we normally would get to play locally that are great recruiting shows, we're not going to be in the mix because of our football schedule. So we knew that we needed to play more shows and more shows early. We've actually played for 198 high school bands this year, most ever. 198.
This has not happened since 2019. We can start band camp in the band room. This is not. Welcome to band camp. We're thrilled to have you here. And I think the band room is plenty big, don't you? Yeah. We just fit another 2 people. And we set out extra chairs just to make sure we had enough. So I tell you, I think we have the possibility of having the best group we've ever had this year, because of the talent in the freshman class, the talent of the vets, the leadership coming back. I think we have the chance to have the best one we've ever put on the field. It's just up to us to make sure we have the best one we've ever put on the field. And there've been
Golly, year 23, this has been a very fun year to me. The show's really fun. The show really gets a lot of reaction out of the audience. It's very engaging, very enjoyable. Students have been great.
Pretty direct. Like if you're right in front of you, you're here. If it's bigger, you're here. It feels
like we're not like super consistent with that.
What's that?
I was about to say, you probably don't want to video us trying to learn these notes right now.
Oh, no, I'm not videotaping.
Uh-huh.
I was checking out the
You're
clock.
practicing the angles, aren't you?
Thank you.
I know.
There you
I
go.
know. I know.
Not a lot of drama. You know, college bands have drama. That may be what some of them do the best. But we don't do that. A lot of our students won't tolerate drama. They're good at coaching each other and keeping each other on task and saying, you know what, let's put that aside. Let's focus on what we're doing here.
Listen in to vets because they have articulation that they are doing better than you. That's not a diss. It's just how it is. Y'all are doing great.
All right, so that's a little different start to our band camp, a little earlier break for tonight, but you need to go get some rest and drink a lot of water this evening because tomorrow we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to do a lot of stuff. All right, everybody hum it. That's almost a third. All right, we got Kinley and Alyssa. Let them hear it. Sing it like you're from Birmingham or Savannah, Tennessee. Here's 1, 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Be your section leader.
You know, bringing the band back to quote unquote normal, which is our goal this year, and we told them from the get-go, everything is going to be back to normal. We handle everything in the fashion that we did pre-COVID, and the band was relieved. They really wanted to get back to something just absolutely normal. I think they're all just glad that things are getting back to normal.
For the first time in 3 years.
First time in 3 years, yeah.
I started teaching here before any of y'all were born. I started in 2000. None of y'all were born. Were you born in 2000? When?
September 21st.
Yeah, I started
When?
teaching here before she was born.
When?
Born on September 2000.
September 2000? Wow, you're still obviously in diapers.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Hello, folks. This is Louis Old Satchmo. I'm here to tell you that you and I are in for a real treat. This is one of my favorites, and it's gonna be one of your favorites too. So sit back and relax, folks, and listen to some great music.
We open up with What a Wonderful World, the Louis Armstrong hit, which is just a quintessential favorite that crosses all generations. I felt like we needed to have something that would immediately be recognizable. And the whole show itself, all that jazz about America's music. So Wonderful World takes us into the most popular swing tune or jazz tune ever in the mood. And then we go into a tune that is just kind of related, I would say on the fringe of jazz, La Nuba, which is actually a Cirque du Soleil piece. But it has a lot of jazz influence, and we did a lot of quotes of other jazz tunes within La Nuba. And it gave us a Latin feel, because Latin jazz is huge. That was a feel that we weren't going to get somewhere else in the show, so we needed to represent that. So it was really energetic, changed the pace, featured the horn line, featured all the auxiliaries, featured trombone soloist Dylan Mashburn. I mean, there were a lot of good things in that opening of the show.
What time you got?
3:15 on the dot.
No.
Sorry.
Hey, I guess this isn't going to be exactly the same group, but we have this thing where we like to show up like we feel like walking through that gate at call time under the scoreboard is okay. That's not okay.
Well, Tracy is back running the drum line again and organizing all things percussion go through Tracy. And he's done a great job of that. Horn line is being headed up by Joe Gray. He really does a masterful job of getting the horn line to approach the horns in the same manner. Rebecca Tedder runs the auxiliaries for, I guess, 3 years, I think, now that she's been doing this. And it continues to work great. She keeps them organized and on task. She's also their trainer. So at the beginning rehearsal, you look back there, they're doing calisthenics or going for a run. They're doing things, or stretching, doing things that make the show easy for them to attain. She does a masterful job of making all that happen and getting those girls prepared to be able to perform well.
This is awesome.
And we've always had great student leaders in the band. It's easier now that we actually have a staff with the band, with Dr. Wiggins and Dr. Gray and Rebecca Tedder, that we have adults with us who can help make decisions, but we still leave a lot of this to our student leadership because it develops them as people. It makes them mature, helps them grow up, helps them learn how to handle adversity. And that maturing process is great for them, and learning how to be a leader and not letting adversity slow you down or being able to think through that and come up with solutions on the fly. They do it all the time. I've never seen a group of students better at adapting and finding solutions just while the commotion's all going on. Band kids can do that. The band students are great at adapting and finding solutions. They do it all the time. as the band has developed and grown, it is a better organization now. We're able to do things better for our students than we ever were before. You know, when I started in the year 2000, it was just me and the band. That's all. We had 143 members and myself, and I was very dependent on student leadership to make this whole thing function, and I had great student leaders.
If you're playing your answer to what they are doing, then use the zeros. All right, thank you. Contras, bring it off. Once they're done, Darius will go back. Kinley will come down. There will be a 30-second hype video that's got band stuff on it play. During the parade, people will holler, "Hey, so-and-so, look, there's my baby." You don't say, "Hey, Mom," no. You just keep marching. If a punks are kids that are like old enough to know better and don't. If they jump out in front of you, you just march them down right there.
I love the band.
About scale 1 to 10, how much fun do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even say.
I know you can't say.
Did I tell you there's a parade today? You can't imagine the thoughts going through my mind.
No, I actually.
You can't imagine.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You didn't tell them the story about when the band ran over the cop.
Oh, yeah. That was my first Christmas parade. If I had that to do over again. Since we got on this pep rally thing, I just can't get enough. I mean, I'm excited.
We're having a great time. Are you?
So how much fun are you actually having?
You're recording me. I'm having fun, yes.
It's fun to be here.
Oh, yeah, I can hear.
Having a good bit of fun. It's always nice to come out here and support the team and also play the drums with the band.
Oh, by the way, I'm at a 6 now because we're facing away from the sun. I'm at a 6, and we're about to get food, so I'm excited.
You can almost do the Lloyd E.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's performance by the Marching Pride. Listen to closely and you will hear the music from Glenn Miller, Duke Ellington, Weather Report, Earl Hagen, W.C. Handy, Dave Brubeck, Count Basie.
Wait, you never heard of Dave Brubeck?
No.
No home games in October. Yes, the one home game that was scheduled got moved to Madison, to Trash Panda Stadium, which is an experience all in itself. It is what it is. It was a baseball field, and that stadium was not ever conceived to have both baseball and football, so it was just fit it how you can, and it just wasn't real conducive for the football crowd or for marching bands, either marching band. But we did it. We made it work. But that's what band kids do so well. They adapt and make things happen, no matter what the adversity or the challenge is. They figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, I have to edit that out.
I know you do.
Unless
you can't make this stuff up, man.
Last season, Tennessee had 14.
3, 2, 1. How much fun are we having?
We're having a great time. Getting ready for this game to start. We're going to stand up and be so happy about it.
Really? Oh, that's great.
Press, how far do we go down? Wait, how far do we go down? Push the feet. Got it? Push the feet. Push the count through. Stand by.
Lead everybody around that way. Set up pregame opposite of what it normally is.
You guys hear that?
That field is here, big loads are there.
Was it? The check is made out to UNA bands.
I don't do wrong.
What?
I said I don't do wrong. No, I do all the time.
Tackle by number 51, Jacoby Schultz.
We transitioned from that. We quote a little bit of Birdland, which has been a staple in our repertoire for many years, and a little bit of A-Train. Those two tunes coupled beside each other because take the A-Train. The A-Train is in New York City. That's the train that takes you to Harlem. Birdland is right near Harlem. So we put those together in the music, and that took us into Harlem Nocturne because the A-Train takes you to Harlem. So we use that for our color guard feature. It's featured, again, Dylan Mashburn, but also Ben Thompson on trombone. And the color guard did a really nice job. Jeremy Driver wrote some great work to that. And that led us into the majorette feature, which we used W.C. Handy's St. Louis Blues for that. We wanted to brighten it up again. That one led us into another transition, which we used the majorettes and lionettes in. We used Dave Brubeck's Blue Rondo a la Turk, swapping that in and out with a slower, more bluesy version of W.C. Handy's St. Louis Blues. So every 4 bars it swaps back and forth, which gave the majorettes and the color guard time to do some really neat material, and that took us into Count Basie's Shiny Stockings. That became our lionette feature, which is a tune I've just wanted to put in a show for years and years, and because the shout chorus is so incredible, the kick line chorus is so incredible. Then we changed the pace and go back into What a Wonderful World. Had a nice mellophone solo and baritone solo and trumpet solo quotes of When the Saints Go Marching In and Hello Dolly, 2 other big Louis Armstrong hits that introduce What a Wonderful World. And then it's just a very another big, slower climactic moment in the show. A lot of color in the auxiliaries that work in unison there, which takes us into the percussion feature. Again, a little bit different twist. We need to change the pace, so we're using a piece called Challenge, but we're blending it with the tune It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing. So the groove that we used was taken from the Millennial Suite, which was written for, I believe, Epcot Center. A lot of really good material for the percussion section. All of the auxiliaries were featured, and then the horn line gets a feature, and we reprised that from our 2001 show. And then we wrap it all up, getting back into Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing, and A-Train reappears right on the end for the long note. And then at that point, it's higher, louder, faster, and some meat grinder drill, and if nobody gets hurt, and when the dust settles, we're done.
Good. It's not raining anymore? Okay, so I mean, I got to put it at least by about a 7, maybe 6.57 on the fun scale. You know, football team is doing pretty good right now, so, you know, it's about to bump up to about a 7, 7.5, yeah.
This part is better.
Oh, okay. This one get our tape.
Yeah.
You what?
All the girls over here.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, all of our girls, all of us over here.
I said when we're on the field, you'll see all the big guys.
Yeah.
You'll see all the big guys more animated on the field, I promise.
All right, well.
But I'm not finished yet. I got a lot of shows left to write, a lot of ideas, a lot of things we want to do with other parts of the program as we grow it and develop it, and you know, make it something that UNA can always hang its hat on and say, that's a prize program here at the university. And you know, if we help kids grow up in the process, that's an even better goal.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on with the show.
Bop, scribbly, doobly, doobly, he bop, bo, doop, wow, yeah. Ah, yes. Hello, folks. This is Louis O. Satchmo. I'm here to tell you that you and I are in for a real treat. This is one of my favorites, and it's going to be one of your favorites, too. So sit back and relax, folks, and listen to some great music. Here's another great one featuring the girls in the color guard. See what a wonderful world it would be if we only give it a chance. Love, baby, love. That's the secret.
I'm good.